Today I want to start on the monthly chart just because I want to show you that this dip that we got right here is nothing too serious. I mean, when you zoom out, it's not really anything too crazy. I mean, it does not really look like anything in my opinion. This is nothing compared to what we got in the previous cycle or in the bear market. So this is nothing to be worried about as long as we stay above the 22 cents level. If we break below that level, then maybe this move to a downside was just a 5-wave move to downside, which means we'll have to restart the first wave move up. And if we do that, then it's probably going to mirror what happened in the previous cycle. So as you can see, in the previous cycle, we were supposed to go up that was pretty much a first wave move up. Then we got a second wave move down, which bottomed right here. And then we tried going in a third wave, but it failed because, as you can see, we got the pandemic and we got another bear market low after that. And we pretty much managed to recover after that. So even if we somehow get another bear market low after this, in my opinion, there is a high possibility that we recover from it. And if we look at where the RSI was right there, when it hit that low, I mean, maybe you could say that this low right here is the equivalent of this low right here, even though the low that we got right now is not that, let's just say, huge compared to this low right here. If you look at the RSI, I mean, it looks kind of similar in my opinion. So here we were, in my opinion, above the yellow line on the RSI. Then we went below it, just like we did right here. We dropped a bit. This was a fake out. I mean, even though this was the pandemic, it looked like a fake out to the downside. And then it just pretty much got above the yellow line on the RSI, and then it did its thing and it went up in 5 ways, which is really good. And in my opinion, I mean, if we want to copy what happened right here, we kind of need to close the month of August above the yellow line on the RSI. I mean, we've been below it, like I said many times before, we've been below it since June, and that did not really happen in the previous cycle. I mean, it did not really happen at any point in the cycle. I mean, I don't know what happened right here. I do not have the yellow line for this, so maybe we were down right here. Maybe we've been below it right here. I cannot tell you. I mean, I cannot confirm that, but by the looks of it, I mean, maybe the line looks something like that. And if that's the case, I mean, yeah, maybe we'll just copy that. But yeah, I cannot confirm anything right now. I cannot even confirm that the low is in, and let me go on the 4-hour chart for this. I cannot confirm that this low right here is actually the second wave low because, I mean, we did not get a crazy bounce and nothing is really happening. I mean, sure, you can say that we went up like 20% in almost 2 days. Well, more like 1 day and 8 hours, but that's not enough. And we kind of need to break about this high right here at, let's say, 45 cents to confirm that the low, well, not to confirm, but to maybe at least get an idea of what is happening in the market. Because as we know, we have pretty much been in a downtrend. I mean, we've been in a downtrend for like 5 months now. So we need to do something to at least confirm that something more bullish is happening. Because I mean, I pretty much said the same thing right here. To confirm that this right here was the low, I needed a break above this high right here, and then above at least this high. But if we didn't get that, we got rejected by the bull market support band. So we could do something like that again, which would not be bullish. I mean, if we do get rejected by the bull market support band, then we'll most likely get another low after that, and we'll get very close to the invalidation zone. Now, if we look at the move to the downside closer, I mean, to be honest with you, I do not see this move as a 5-wave move down, which probably means that we'll get another low, and let me explain. So basically, this pretty much looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, and maybe we'll get a 5th wave move down, which will most likely get like 25 cents. Before we actually bounce to the upside. It could be the case, or maybe I just got it wrong. I mean, I don't see 5 waves, but maybe there are 5 waves somewhere right here. But yeah, I mean, the RSI went to the oversold territory, or at least on the 4-hour chart. If we look on the daily, yeah, it also went there, and it looks like we might start bouncing, so the low might be in, but yeah, this does not really confirm anything, because we have been at that RSI level before in the downtrend right here, so this is not really a good indicator right now. It will be a good indicator once we manage to actually do something, but until then, yeah, this does not mean anything. I mean, here, for example, the RSI was at like 33, and this was a new low in the second wave. So the RSI on the daily at least is not that important right now. What's important is to try breaking some resistance levels. But let's say we actually want to copy what happened in the previous cycle right here. I mean, as you can see, in the previous cycle, we actually did something kind of similar on the RSI. So we were in a downtrend, as you can see, and the price kept putting in lower lows, but the RSI was pretty much dropping to the same levels, and that happened, I mean, if you do not count this, it only happened 4 times, and it happened 5 times if you count this right here. And if we check out this cycle and the downtrend, we have only been to the oversold territory 3 times. So yeah, I don't know what will happen. I cannot see the future, but if we copy what happened right here, which would not be bullish, because I mean, here we went way below the 0.786 level. We actually almost invalidated the first wave move to the downside. I mean, we were very close. This low went to 3 cents, and the low of the first wave was 2.7 cents. So it was very close. It was definitely not very healthy, but it tried doing something after that, and it did get a bounce, but only to go to the oversold territory again. So yeah, I mean, of course, this was the pandemic, like I mentioned. We cannot really compare them. But if we are copying what happened right here, let me tell you again how long this took. From this high right here, it took about 200 days to even start the third wave, which failed afterwards. And if we take a look at where we're at right now, we'll see that, I mean, it might take another, let's say, 2 months to even start the third wave move to the upside. So yeah, very questionable. And also another thing, I mean, I have not seen anyone complain that I'm comparing this move right here to this move right here. But if you look closely, I mean, the moves actually look very, very similar. So look at this structure right here. It kind of looks like an U. And if you go in this cycle, we did the same thing again. So that's why I think we are currently right here in the cycle. It looks very, very similar. And if we are there, then I think we are in for some massive gains. Now, of course, that's not financial advice. You should do your own research, but things are looking good right now. And I hope to see Cardano start the third wave move, which should get to the 1.618 trend-based Fibonacci extension that I have on the chart. And why should it go there? Well, if it wants to copy exactly what it did in the previous cycle, the third wave went above the 1.618, as you can see, before going down in a fourth and a fifth wave, and the fifth wave went to the 2.618, well, almost. In my opinion, it would have gone to the 2.618, but we did not manage to get there because of the pandemic drop that we got before that. So I think it was supposed to go to the 2.618. And if that's the case, if we copy what happened in the previous cycle and we do not count the pandemic, the price in this cycle could theoretically go to like $8. Now, of course, right now that's still hopium because the price is currently like 32 cents. So nothing can be confirmed right now, but the chart looks very bullish, and you have this trend line right here, which maybe we'll use in the bull market to set a top. So, for example, let's say we top in like September of 2025. Maybe we'll hit the trend line and not the trend-based Fibonacci extension. And if we top in like September right here, maybe we'll only go to like $7.97 before dropping in a bear market. So yeah, this is something you need to be aware of. So yeah. Now I know I said that the RSI going to the oversold territory on the daily is not a big deal because we did it a few times in the past and nothing really happened. But you have to keep in mind that, of course, we did it a couple of times, but if we check out what happened after these times, here, for example, we went up 73%, 17%, 70%, 55%, 64%, 32%, 79%. I don't want to show you the bear market. Let's actually look at the previous, price action before the bull market. So this move right here that we got was a 135% move up, and it took around 60 days after we hit this low right here. And if we want to copy this right here, if we go up 135% in 60 days, let's say this right here is below. If we do exactly what we did in the previous cycle, then the price should be at like 67 cents by October of 2024. Now, of course, it could go way higher than that. It does not have to copy exactly what it did over there, but you need to be aware of this. And I'm only telling you what happened in the past and what might happen in the future. I don't see the future, but I can use the chart to maybe get an idea of what will happen. So yeah, right now we need to get above the bull market support band, and until then I will continue making daily updates, or not daily, probably every 2 days. And I know this is very boring, but it is supposed to be boring. A second wave is always boring. And if we do get a third wave, those who have been in the second wave will be rewarded for their patience. So let's see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want access to all of the trading view charts that we cover on the channel, check out our Patreon. And if you want access to some exclusive videos, for example, today we made a Dogecoin video that is only available to Patreons. So if you want access to some exclusive altcoin videos, you can also check that out. And we even do personal altcoin analysis for gold Patreons, and we do that once a month. So yeah, check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.